This video was made possible by Wix. If you are ready to create a website, head over to wix.com/go/infographics to try out one of their premium plans right now. Today we're looking at the 10 most expensive things in the world that money can buy. They say the best things in life are free, but if you've got a few $1,000,000 just lying around, some of the items on this list aren't half bad either. Welcome to this episode of the Infographics Show, the 10 most expensive things in the world, part 2. At number 10 is the gold-plated Bugatti Veyron, with a price tag of $10 million. Known for extremely high-performance luxury sports cars, Bugatti outdid itself with the development of the Veyron. Capable of going from 0 to 60 in just 2.4 seconds, it has a top speed of a whopping 267 miles per hour. With only 438 Bugatti Veyrons ever made, only a handful of people on Earth opted for the 24-karat gold plating, which added $7.5 million to the typical $2.5 million price tag for this extremely rare supercar. From Saudi princes to American hip-hop artist Flo Rida, membership to the gold-plated Bugatti Veyron Club is one of the most exclusive on Earth. If speed and adrenaline aren't your thing though, then maybe art is. What about art and dead fish? Coming in at number 9 of the top 10 most expensive things in the world is a dead shark. Commissioned in 1991 by Charles Saatchi, former head of one of the biggest advertising agencies in the world, the physical impossibility of death in the mind of someone living is a living art piece by controversial artist Damien Hirst. Consisting of a real, preserved tiger shark suspended in a giant tank full of formaldehyde, the art piece was sold in 2008 for $12 million to a hedge fund manager. Though the original shark had begun to deteriorate due to poor preservation techniques, it was swapped out for a new one and properly preserved prior to its sale. The piece remains controversial to this day, not just for its price tag, but for what some see as exploitation of wildlife, since the tiger shark is an endangered species and both the original and replacement shark were both fished out of the ocean specifically for this piece. From supercars to super art, number 8 is Chopard's 201-carat watch. Known for incredible luxury and beauty both, Swiss watchmaker Chopard outdid itself with one of the most expensive timepieces in the world. Featuring 3 heart-shaped diamonds of 15, 12, and 11 carats, set onto a band encrusted with 163 carats worth of white and yellow diamonds, there is no millimeter of space on the watch that isn't pure bling. At its heart, this Chopard piece is still a fully functional timepiece, as a press of a hidden button will cause the heart-shaped diamonds to open up like flower petals to reveal the actual watch face. With a total carat weight 201 carats, the Chopard 201-carat watch is one of the most expensive and carat-heavy pieces of jewelry on the planet, with a price tag of $25 million. It's no surprise that cars, jewelry, and art would be on a list of the 10 most expensive things on Earth. But what about something less tangible? Something that technically doesn't exist. Coming in at number 7 is the internet domain insurance.com. With the global insurance industry worth an approximate $3.6 trillion, the much coveted domain insurance.com was recently listed at a whopping $35 million. Customers prefer convenience and simplicity, and with the internet delivering both of those at the press of a button, having the right domain name is critical, which is why this simple URL is in such high demand. While 2 other domains, LasVegas.com and CarInsurance.com, are worth more at $90 million and $50 million, both other domains have not been available for sale for years, but once their 35-year terms come up, you can expect to see them at a top spot in a future episode. For number 6, we return to the world of supercars, or rather, the original forefather of today's supercars. Ferrari has a rich tradition of supercars, and few hold a place dearer to a car enthusiast's heart than the Ferrari 250 GTO. Originally designed to compete in the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans endurance race, only 39 models remain in existence. In February 2012, a 1964 Ferrari 250 GTO set the world record for most expensive car ever sold, fetching a whopping $32 million, only to have the record broken just a few months later by another GTO sale for $35 million. However, fast forward to October 2013, when an anonymous London collector bought a 1963 GTO for an incredible $52 million. With a price tag like that, it's easy to see why this collector thinks it's best to remain anonymous. Though conspiracy theorists continue to push the idea that diamonds aren't really all that rare and jewelry makers simply hoard them in order to inflate their value, people are still willing to shell out major dough on a particularly stunning diamond. Bought at auction in 2017 for $70 million by the jeweler Chow Tai Fook, The Pink Star diamond is number 5 on our list and one of the rarest diamonds in the world, receiving the highest color and clarity grades possible from the Gemological Institute of America. It is also of a rare subgroup of diamonds known as Type 2, the most chemically pure of all diamonds. Mined in Africa by De Beers in 1991, the diamond took over 2 years of painstaking and delicate work to cut it to its ultimate perfection, and today it rests in a well-guarded showroom. At the number 4 spot of our 10 most expensive things in the world is an oil painting by the legendary Leonardo da Vinci. Salvator Mundi sold at auction for $450 million and setting a new record for highest price ever achieved by an artwork at auction in history. In a 19-minute auction hosted by British art dealer and auction house Christie's, the audience gasped as the price jumped by tens of millions to $225 million, surpassing Christie's previous record of $179 million for Picasso's Woman of Algiers, sold in May of 2015. With 4 bidders competing against each other, 3 over telephone and 1 in the room, the final bid came in via a representative of the Abu Dhabi government, who shook off a final bidder to set the historic high of $450 million. The number 1 rule of real estate is location, 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 and few, if any, pieces of real estate in the world are more valuable than that of the French Riviera. Sold in 2008 for $506 million, the Villa Leopolda is not just one of the world's biggest houses, but also one of the most expensive. Situated on land that was originally bought for only 1 franc in 1902, the home was built for Belgian King Leopold II. When World War I rolled around, it was turned into a field hospital for French troops, though it would be restored to its former glory in 1950 after being bought by Giovanni Agnelli, owner of legendary car brands Fiat and Ferrari. Now owned by Russian tycoon Mikhail Prokhorov, the home sits on 8 hectares of land and requires a staff of 50 full-time employees to maintain it. If the $506 million price tag for the Villa Leopolda wasn't enough, what about the world's most expensive home ever? Indian business magnate Mukesh Ambani's iconic Antilia home in Mumbai, valued at over $1 billion. The pinnacle of modern convenience, this 27-story home sits at the heart of downtown Mumbai and is equipped with 3 helipads and a garage that can store over 160 cars. Designed by American architectural firm Perkins & Will, the building has 27 stories, with each having extra high ceilings, technically making it an amazing 54 stories. With the top 6 floors set aside as a private residential area, the rest of the building is equipped with guest suites, a beauty salon, ice cream parlor, a private movie theater large enough to accommodate 50 people, and even a snow room whose walls spit out artificial snow to help beat Mumbai's legendary heat. Situated in one of the world's most active earthquake regions, Antilia is also designed to be earthquake-proof up to a magnitude 8 quake. From homes to jewelry to cars, our list of the 10 most expensive things in the world wouldn't be complete without that most iconic item of extreme luxury and wealth, the yacht. But not just any yacht. At $4.5 billion, the History Supreme is both the most expensive thing in the world and the most blinged out thing ever created. From bow to stern, the yacht holds over 220,000 pounds of precious metals that cover everything. And we mean everything, from the hull to the deck to the railing and even the anchor. Everything aboard the History Supreme is made of or covered in gold or platinum. Inside, the galley holds wine glasses made of diamond and plates of pearl and fine china. But the real price is in the main bedroom, which holds a meteoric stone embedded with real T-Rex dinosaur bones. Owned by Robert Kuok, richest man in Malaysia, the History Supreme can often be spotted at some of the most prestigious coastal events in the world, such as the Cannes Film Festival. And if you're like us and you're always looking for the best deal for your buck, we suggest trying out Wix for all your website needs. Wix offers you true creative freedom when designing your website. It's an amazing platform for anybody, whether you're a complete beginner, a business owner, a professional designer, or even a professional website builder. You will never have to worry if your website is safe and secure, or if it will go down because of some silly mistake you made. Whether it's a website for your e-commerce business, a restaurant, or maybe just a blog, Wix does all the heavy lifting. Go to wix.com/go/infographics or click the link in the description and build the best website you've ever seen today. And there you have it, the 10 most expensive things in the world you can buy. Money may not ultimately buy happiness, but whether you live in a 27-story ultra-rise, drive one of the most iconic supercars ever made, or sail around the sea on a ship made of gold and platinum, having lots of money couldn't hurt either. So, what on this list would you buy if you could? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to watch our other video called 50 Surprising Cold War Facts That Will Shock You. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time!